Hi Taurus, and welcome to your reading. Okay, so let's see what we have for Taurus this week. What does Taurus need to... Dang, right off the deck. No. Okay, that's just me. I'll press my hand again. What does Taurus need to know? Let's see if anything else falls out. Okay, no. Taurus. Let me just see. It's meant for you. Okay. If I start at the bottom, don't need it. Changing the environment. Okay, Spirit, let's just be clear here. I'm not doing 5 messages, so which one is actually for this spot? Left hand. And this was the 5 message. Okay. Press a moment. 2 weeks. Wait. You don't need it or 5 message? 5 message. 2 weeks. I'm missing 3 cards. What else for Taurus? See, you saw that too, right, Taurus? I hope you thought card flipped over. I hope y'all saw it too, because that's just Taurus need to know. Cancel that 5 message. Shift this up. Which one is the last? And the 5 message cast. Alright, Taurus, let's see what you need to know. We have love, death, and rebirth. 3 of water. The child. 2 of water. The king of water. Desire. And 7 of earth. Okay. So at this present time, you are moving in the energy of love. More in the sense of self-love. It comes across as you're re-examining your priorities and seeing what's important to you, what matters to you, what makes you happy. Hearing what speaks to your soul. You're taking the time to care about yourself more, not just whenever I get around to it. Here you're starting to make yourself a top priority. For some of you, this means taking yourself out on dates, being outside more often, or simply just, I'm hearing taking the time to smell the roses. So basically, you are, instead of planning when you're going to take care of yourself, you're actually, it's more at random whenever you feel like it, like, I can't do this, I need a break, I need to step away for a minute, let me go outside, walk around, either recharge my batteries, get my mind right, It's not, okay, so I'm going to plan my personal time next Tuesday and see where I can fit it in that. It's more of you're really taking care of yourself on the spot. You're not waiting for the perfect time. You're not waiting for the perfect time. I'm hearing because the perfect time never comes around. The perfect time is when you say it is. Because when you truly love yourself, you make time for the things that you need. As far as the energy around you, I'm hearing that you feel like it's time for a shift. Either you feel like it's time for a shift, or you're aware that the energy around you is shifting to where a cycle is closing out and a new one is beginning. I'm hearing one where you embrace your true self more. So in the previous cycle, it could have been you putting everybody first and having yourself last, or you're just not considering yourself enough because you don't think that you earned a break, even though you're someone who does more than enough and then some. Whereas the new cycle that's beginning, I'm hearing your mindset is changing. For some of you may also have somebody around you that's encouraging this change, whereas others are trying to hold you back. Not out of spite, but more of missing the attention you give them. Either which way, this transformation is still happening. The energy that you find yourself in is still conducive to you making change of, no, I'm putting my foot down, I'm putting me first, regardless of the behaviors and actions of people that you have around you. Now, yes, you may be tempted to make change a little bit slower if there's people around you that's hindering you, but even if that's the case, the card is coming across, the energy is coming across that you're still going to make this change, where you're focusing more on you. Replace your strengths if you are celebrating yourself. You're celebrating yourself, you are embracing yourself, you're moving more so in your natural energy. For those of you who are spiritual, or even if you don't see yourself as someone who's spiritual, if you're someone who's sensitive to energy, you can feel the current energy that you're moving in, like where your vibration is currently at, and you are aware that what you are is what you attract. Being that you're moving more so in the energy of self-love, you're at the point where you're raising your vibration. You're raising your vibration because you want to attract better for yourself, and you're not just doing it simply to attract better. You're doing it because you want to be better, because you want better for yourself and for the people around you, because you're aware. I'm hearing actions have consequences, so you may have been aware of how the way you were in the past was affecting not only you but the people around you, and what you allowed them to be accustomed to. But you're not doing that anymore. You're embracing who you are and your self-worth and what it is about yourself that should be acknowledged and respected. Now, in this present time, you're looking at life with a childlike wonder. I wouldn't say you're looking at things with an optimistic lens. You're still being a realist, but at the same time, oh, I see. You're considering new possibilities. What would happen if I really did say no? What would happen if I really do choose me? And in a sense, you're trying to see the best in people and be optimistic on that end as far as how people would react. You're not jumping to conclusions or assuming the worst. You're giving the benefit of the doubt and the way the energy is coming off is more of like, you know how children believe that they can do anything and everything as long as they put their mind to it. Well, I don't know about the current generation, but in my generation, that was the thing. Where you can do anything, be anything, as long as you put your mind to it, as long as you can imagine the possibility, you can make it a reality. That's you in your present moment, whereas you want to be more confident, you want to be heard, you want to be seen, you want to be respected. Instead of waiting for it to happen, you're going to make it happen. I don't want to say you're trying to prove yourself, because that in itself seems wrong. It's not that you have anything to prove to the people around you, but how best can I put it into words? It's more of, you are what you say you are. If you say you're a confident person, if you're saying that you're smarter than what you think, you're not waiting for people around you to see it. You're gonna, either some way, shape, or form, you're gonna show it off. You're gonna show it off. Anyway, that's you in your present moment. Yeah, you're not doing it in a way to get attention though, like a child would. You're just being you. You're showing off your best qualities by just being you. And giving the people around you the benefit of the doubt. It's not going to be bad. It's not going to be a bad thing if I say no. It's not going to be a bad thing if I put myself first and choose me over this next person. It's not going to be a bad thing if I decide to take the day off and just do what I want to do. But you're not doing it in an asshole way. You're not being childish about it. You're moving the same way that people would expect you to do, just embracing different qualities of yourself. That's more like it. There it goes. That's more or less how you are in the present moment. Now, based on the current energy, there are 3 possible choices or courses of action you can take based on the current energy that's presenting in this reading. The first being the 2 of water. And this may involve another person. For some of you, it does. But for the majority of you, it doesn't. For those of you where this does involve another person, you are reaching a compromise with them. They see who you are and how you're changing. And instead of trying to force you back into the box they placed you in, they're making room for you to grow and accepting the changes that you're going through. Although it's not what they're used to, it's like y'all are naturally finding a middle ground between who you used to be and who you're becoming now, and them being okay with it. Like them accepting it, them believing this is who you truly are and not you're not pretending to be this way. This actually is who you are. So if some of you are scared, like if you're dealing with another person around you, if you are scared that somebody around you may not be also accepting of the change you're going through, that may not be the case, because there is someone around you that is more than happy to accept and embrace the new you, whereas other people, majority of you, where it doesn't involve another person, it's more of you're making compromise with yourself. where it was in the past versus where I'm not, versus where I want to be in the future. It's kind of like a battle between who you were and who you are becoming, finding a way to, for lack of better words, reconcile, to understand how you can move from the past to the future, who you want to be in the future. Now, it is going to take a lot of work. It is going to take a lot of compassion and understanding for yourself. And it is going to take a lot of work to make it work. But any emotional conflicts like feeling like split emotions between, for some of you, may come across as I'm being good to myself but a bad friend, or a bad sister, or a bad brother, or a bad parent. Like, you may experience emotional conflict between with this transition, but you will find your way to navigate through it. For others of you, the course of action you can take, or the choice you'll make, you have the King of Water. This is not so much a choice you'll make, but more so coming across as how people will view you. You express yourself more. I'm hearing an increase in your emotional intelligence. People find you more reliable. Yeah, people find you more reliable and trustworthy. It's not to say you wasn't reliable and trustworthy before. It's just I'm getting for most of you when it comes to this path of course, decision or course of action, you were not fans of conflict. So whenever any conflict arises, no offense, you would chicken out of it. You would either find a way to avoid conflict, or, like, say for example, two people have a disagreement and you was the deciding vote or deciding factor. You would be the person try to find your way out of that situation and just have those two agree and leave you out of it. But now you're not doing that. It's more of you're having faith in your own voice and decision making. You're more reliable and trustworthy in the sense of, if someone needs an answer from you, instead of you pushing it off to the next person, you will actually make the effort to come to a decision, right or wrong. You're making sure you have a say. I'm hearing good thoughts and opinions. I wish you would speak up more. So there's someone around. So again, there's maybe someone around you who is embracing this change because you're actually speaking up more than they're used to, and it's a nice surprise and welcome change. Hearing having deeper insight than you ever have before. So yeah, by speaking up more, voicing your opinion, being more comfortable with expressing your thoughts and opinions and even your emotions, as well as being receptive to the thoughts and emotions of others, people are relying on you more because they know that they can, instead of you just flaking. And lastly, with the course of action or choices you may take, you have desire. I'm hearing pursue your own desires. If there's something that you want, go for it. Don't sit around waiting for it to happen. Be the change you want to be. I'm hearing don't force it, but be the deciding factor. I'm hearing be the deciding factor on which way the wind blows. So say if you want a specific outcome, it's up to you to make the effort to make sure it happens. If you know the steps involved, if you know what's needed to make it happen, then by all means do it, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody violate somebody's free will, or you don't have to manipulate others, then do what you gotta do to see things through. As long as you remember, it's not an external change, but an internal battle. You can't expect your external circumstances to change if you're not willing to do the internal work to make sure you're comfortable enough to guide a set of circumstances in the direction you want them to be. So yeah, in a sense, if you want a specific outcome, you have to make the change, you have to make the effort, and internally be okay with what it is you have to say, whether it's speaking up more, voicing your opinion, or even saying if you don't want to go along with something. Because it goes against what you want to do. You have to do the internal work to be okay with saying no, and okay with making your true opinion known. And no matter what course of action you may take, what you can expect in the upcoming weeks is the 7 of Earth. I'm hearing you're becoming more grounded, more stable, more rooted in your own personal life. So that may mean, for some of you, that may mean that you're being more present in the here and now. You're not focusing too much on the past and giving it more credit than it deserves. But you're not overly concerned about the future either. You're aligning with yourself with the present moment, taking it day by day, and staying in tune with the energy of the nature, and staying in tune with the environment around you. If it's not a good day to do something, you'll know right away, and here and keep your mouth shut. However, if you see your stars aligning and know it's the perfect time to jump into an opportunity, by all means, you're gonna do it because you're living in the now. Yeah, you're living in the now for the future changes you want to see. So yeah, either which way, you're embracing your transformation that you're going through. With this card is also a sense of disconnecting from technology sometimes, but that's not what I'm getting from you. And what you may also be doing over the next couple of weeks is disconnecting from the voice and opinions of others. Whoever may have told you in the past or present, or taught you that your voice doesn't matter, you have insignificant thoughts, you're not worth listening to. Also, hearing closed mouth don't get fed. You're dismissing and disregarding all of it. You're being more positive about yourself, telling yourself that you do deserve to be heard. You do deserve to speak. That you're not stupid. You're not useless. That you do have a place. That you do have a place and you deserve to have a say. So, like I said, usually sometimes refers to disconnecting from social media technology, but for you it's coming across different, where you're disconnecting from the thoughts and the illusions of the past. Whoever may have trained you with this course of thinking, you're letting it go. And we're just reconnecting with yourself and what you truly believe about yourself and what you know as fact about yourself. Okay. Now let's clarify. Dang. Let's clarify this first piece. Anything else for Taurus? Anything else for Taurus? I guess not, because nothing else want to come off the deck. Maybe this one for child. Right? Which one for desire and which one for the two water? Wait. Okay, that one was for. Let's see. Oh, there's a heart chakra, movement choices, decisions, and material harvest. So the child is clarified by the heart chakra, yeah. You are treating the situation with love, with an open heart and an open mind. Even though you're putting yourself first, you're doing it in a loving way with consideration for the people around you who's learned to depend and rely on you. It's not that you're cutting them off. Because if you're the type of person that has difficulty saying no and you're finding your way to saying no, like I said earlier, you're not being an asshole about it. It's just you're picking and choosing when you know. For some of you, this means when you know you don't have something, it's going to be hard, but you will say no, that I can't loan you this amount of money. I can't come and help you this weekend. I already have plans. I can't, or even if I can't babysit, or even if you can't babysit or for someone, just because you know you need that time for your own personal time to get back to you instead of leaving your energy and batteries drained. But at the same time, if you know it's important, if you know it's something that somebody really needs, you don't have a problem saying yes. You're just being more careful about what you say yes and no to. If it's not a priority, if it's not top of the list priority, then it can wait, or you have the right to say yes or no depending on the circumstances you're going through. Then you have the Two of Water, clarified by movement, choices, and decisions. This is a card of action, and you're making the conscious decisions to change the way you're behaving. I'm hearing you're acting on your emotions more and letting it know how you, and letting people know how you truly feel. And I'm hearing that every choice you make is a step in the right direction. So even if you're second guessing yourself about what it is you should say or what it is you should do, don't. The second guessing and the doubts is because you've gotten to the point where you're uncomfortable with expressing your thoughts and opinions. For some of you, because it is somebody in your past that told you that you're not worth being heard and you're not worth being seen. For others of you, it's more of an uncomfortability thing because you're not used to doing it. So now you're not comfortable with it, and your doubts about opening your mouth and saying anything is stemming from, I feel uncomfortable. I'm not sure if this is okay. But Spirit is saying, by expressing yourself more, you are moving in the right direction. It's not a mistake. I'm hearing every risk has a reward. So whether you realize it or not, there is something to gain by you being more expressive, whether it be new personal relationships. I'm hearing also opportunities at a job, closer family relationships. There is something to gain. Lastly, desire is clarified by material harvest. So again, this card is a card of action. There may be something to physically gain by you acting on your desires. If you have a strong desire to say no to something or a strong desire to say yes to something, either way, there is something to gain. For some of you, it can come in the physical form of just having more physical assistance. Like if you need help with something, and you will make your needs known because that is what you want, that is what you need. By speaking up more, you're going to get that help. If there is an opportunity that becomes available at work, instead of seeing if someone's going to volunteer you for it, or if nobody wants it and you're just going to randomly take it, speak up. Because you know you already want that position, you already want that project, you already want that task to do. Don't wait for somebody else to try and claim it. Don't wait for it to go to you by default. Speak up. And by you, if you're getting the opportunity to do that on specific assignment, it could either help you move up in your job or career, or it could be a stepping stone for you to help you find a way to increase your wages at work because you actually earned the pay you have. For others of you, it could actually be the opposite effect, where if you're someone who's being too giving, being too generous with your time, money, and resources, there is something to gain by you finding your voice and comfortably saying no to someone. Instead of losing so much money and income, you can actually maintain and save what you have. Instead of having your time wasted with things you already don't want to do, but you're too scared to say what it is you really want, like, I need this time for me, or I need this money to take care of something I already have planned. That could be a material harvest as well, where you're not being selfish, you just have more to do what you want or to do what you need, instead of giving it away and taking time and money away from yourself for things that you do want and you do need. Embrace your desires that you have to say and do what you want or need to take care of you. And I'm hearing, and you will be rewarded in abundance, whether it be time, money, energy, or just more assistance, which you know you're lacking. Oh, Spirit. Anyway, Taurus, that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you did, please do hit the like and subscribe button, as there will be more videos to come. That being said, I shall see you in the next one. Bye, Taurus.